1st of December 2022, this Warrafak moment, I will be talking about Cyril, because that is a serious problem for South Africa. And when Cyril was initially appointed, there was a lot of positive vibes about him. The country expected a lot from him. After the Zuma years, we were punch drunk with idiocy and state capture and a lot of stupid things that was done and a lot of stealing. And the country hoped that Cyril would bring a change. Cyril had the advantage that he is a guy that he speaks well when he talks. He's not an idiot. He's got a very friendly demeanor about him. And he's able to move among the farmers, the white farmers and white businessmen and so, with comfort. And people liked him. But pretty soon after he took control, it became clear that he's not going to be the president that we are expecting him to be. There was a lot of commentators that immediately said that he must make a serious change in that cabinet, he must slash that cabinet, it is too big, there are too many deputy ministers, there are too many ministers, and the people in important portfolios are not simply just not qualified for the job. And he stunned the world. He kept the same people there, expanded the thing, and the most shocking to me was he kept people that were his enemies, political enemies, in his cabinet. That is fucking stupid. No proper leader will do or tolerate that. We saw what happened to Trump with traitors in his inner circle. Cyril stunned me. He kept those people there, and then came the pestilence, and that was another revelation of his actual uselessness. He was not in charge of the country. He was not. And he hid behind the fact that Zuma is legally in charge of executing the state of emergency. And things just went slowly but surely deeper and deeper into the shit pit, and he sat on the sideline while between Zuma and that idiot Indian, they were fucking the South African economy properly. It was clear he's not the president of South Africa. And a lot of his things that he did and said, it became clear. His primary concern was the ANC. And he said it publicly that he will not allow the ANC to split. Where all the commentators said it long ago, that ANC, the factions in there, is beyond reconciliation. And it should split. And the tragedy is, if Ramaphosa allowed the ANC to split, he would have most probably stayed on as president with the support of the opposition political parties. For the simple reason, they thought he was a good president. But he proved us wrong. And then came Pala Pala. I did a skidmark on that, and my attitude has always been, let's allow the process to roll out. As long as Cyril does not say what happened there, everything is speculation. There could be good explanations, but the problem is that the amount is not what Fraser said it is, but it's a big amount, and there are questions around forex control and so forth. So now, with the report that came out last night, it's quite obvious Cyril has hit a pothole. The question for us will be, is that he going to come out on the other side of the pothole with only a tooth or two shattered? Is he going to have a flat tire? Is he going to have a fucked up rim? And more important, did he manage to keep the car on the road, or is he going to flip it? And it seems to me that he is not really ready to let go of the steering. He must take advice. Things can go very wrong in this situation now. The country is going to suffer. Our biggest problem is, who will follow Cyril? If you look at the candidates, it is a fuck up of note. The one is more incompetent and corrupt and useless than the next one. They are all fucking useless. We know it. They're crooked. We know it. The country is in trouble. Cyril went to Biden and he came back, and immediately it was clear Biden has done something to him, because he came back and he was on that fucking green program, and unfortunately Andre de Ruyter jumped onto the same wagon with him. Then he goes to the COP27 and more green shit. And then he goes and he visits the royals in London and more green shit. And what the fuck is he doing? He is selling our coal to Europe. The same fucking Europe that is financing him to put solar panels and fans up in our country. Shit that did not work over there. But I've said it in my Skidmarks. We have got a major fucking problem. This leadership of South Africa is intellectually not able to cope with the WEF cabal. They're going to fuck them sideways because they are not able to stand their ground. You need a strong leader. You need a leader like Putin, a guy that knows what the fuck is going on. In South Africa, we have a serious problem with our future, because look at the candidates there. They're all tarnished by corruption, by all sorts of criminality. That is not what you want as a president. You need a man of good character. You need a man of high moral values. That is what you need. A man that can represent the country. Not a man that represents a fucking political party. A man that represents the country. And if I look through the political leadership, I don't know where that man is. The only man that I think will have South Africa best interest at heart is Kenneth Mashu from the ACDP. That guy, he is not popular with MSM. And the reason is because he's not playing the global narrative. But the ACDP was the only party that stood firm on the mandates. It's the only party that is not financed by the WEF, and we have to take note of that, because South Africa is at a critical point in history. Our role as a BRICS partner is very important, and we need sharp guys there, not guys like fucking Fakile and Blade. Idiots. They can't manage their own fucking cabinet portfolios. How the fuck are they going to manage the interest of our country in the BRICS environment? South Africa's racist, these black racists on Twitter, they better fucking wake up. They must understand. The WEF has labeled them as useless eaters, and they will be removed by the WEF. South Africa needs a leader that can stand up to this cabal, A leader that can stand up to Europe and say, listen, you want our coal? This is a price, pay in rands. And take your green plans and all your green fans and fuck off with it. We have the energy. The same fucking energy on which Europe became rich. And now, after spending billions of euros on that green shit, they're backfiring up the coal plants. That must tell any person a story. But I don't want to carry on with this. I want to stick to the point. Cyril has hit a pothole, and fuck knows if he's going to make it out on the other side. If he's going to get out on the other side, we need to watch what has happened. Is he coming out with a broken shock? Is he coming out with a flat tire? Is he coming up with a broken rim? Is he going to flip the car? That is the question. As I'm talking to you now here, the rand is already taking a beating. So, on that fucking angry note, please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Have a nice day. Vir die Afrikaners, lekker dag vir julle.